Watch this video if you want to learn more about conditionals in English. Many people asked for this lesson, so here I am to teach you the first two types of conditionals in English, zero and first conditionals. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Hey, thank you so much for joining me on another lesson. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing. From Monday to Friday, I post lessons, live lessons mostly, but also some recorded ones to help you become a better English speaker. Last week I made a video where I asked you guys if you had any questions in English. And conditionals were very popular, people were talking a lot about conditionals. So here I am making a video about conditionals. This is the first video. I'm going to divide this video into 3 parts. I'm going to be talking today about zero and first conditionals. In a future video, I'm going to be talking about second conditionals, and in another video about third conditionals, okay? So if you like this kind of lesson, hey, how about hitting the like button? When you hit the like button, YouTube understands that this is an interesting video, that you like this kind of subject, and it helps spread the message about my channel. So if you could support by hitting the like button, I really appreciate it, okay? Awesome, my friends. Let's get down to business because there's a lot of information, so I'm gonna cut to the chase. Here we go. First of all, what are conditionals, Priscilla? What's that all about? Conditionals are sentences we use to speculate things in the present, in a possible future, or in an unrealistic past. So here, basically, when we are doing conditionals, when we're using conditionals, we are making speculations. We are thinking of possible things that may happen or may have happened in the past, and conditionals will give that speculation, okay? Will give that idea of speculating things, okay? When we're learning conditionals, that are primarily, there may be more, but there are primarily 4 important types of conditionals. We have the zero conditionals, which we're going to talk about today. We have the first conditionals, which we are also going to talk about today. And we have the second and then the third conditionals, okay? These are the most important conditionals that you as an English speaker, you need to know. Okay, basically, if you don't know this, at some point you will need to dedicate some time to learning and using conditionals. Maybe you already use conditionals, okay? Conditionals are using conditionals is part of every student's routine, but you may not know the rules, the things. So conditionals are phrases, are sentences that we use to speculate things in the present, future, or in an unrealistic past, an unreal past. When I talk about second conditionals, I'm going to talk more about past. Here we're going to focus on present, okay? Present and future. Moving on. Awesome. Okay, so let's get down to the structure itself, which confuses many English learners. When we're making conditionals, we are going to need 2 clauses, okay? What is a clause? A clause, let's make it very simple. A clause is a phrase, okay? A sentence, a phrase. That's basically what a clause is. To simplify what a clause is. To make conditionals, you need 2 clauses, okay? These phrases, they will always be something, okay? So here, you will always have, when you're making a conditional sentence, you always have one phrase that will represent the condition and another phrase that will represent the result, okay? Always. You always have one phrase, one clause representing the condition, and you always have another phrase representing the result. To represent the condition, you need the word if, okay? So you have the if clause, the condition clause, the if clause, and you have the main clause. The main clause we can say is the possible result phrase, the clause. The main clause is the possible result sentence. Usually you have this sequence, you have two possible sequences. You have the if clause plus the main clause, or you can invert this sequence and start with the main clause and then go to the if clause, okay? So you have these two possible sequences. Very nice. Now, as I said, when you want to make a conditional sentence, you need the word if. If is a conjunction, and this word if will help you indicate the condition. Okay? Remember, when we're talking about conditionals, we always have one phrase to represent the condition and another phrase to represent the possible result. If will always be in the condition phrase, okay? Will always help you speculate something. It will always help you indicate a condition. So you have to start with if. But as I said, you can invert the positions, but that's a different story, okay? And again, just a quick explanation, the conditionals will always indicate, will always speculate a possible result in the future, or it may talk about something that may have happened. I don't know, I think it could have happened, but I'm not sure. As you watch the other videos, you will better understand the past speculation, unreal speculations, future speculations. I'm not gonna do the videos tomorrow, okay? Next week you should get the next part of this lesson. And hey, if you're just joining, how about hitting the like button? If you're interested in conditionals, if you want to learn more about conditionals, please hit the like button. That way I know this is something you enjoy, that you want to learn more about, or not just conditionals necessarily, but grammar videos in general, okay? Excellent. Now that you understood what conditionals are, we can go straight ahead and focus on zero conditionals, okay? Zero conditionals are the easiest ones because they are always in the present. First phrase is in the present, second phrase is in the present, always in the present, okay? No other sense, always in the present. But teacher Prix, why? When you're using zero conditionals, you are referring to something connected to now, something connected to always, something that doesn't change, a general truth, okay? This thing doesn't change. Here I have an example. If you hit ice, okay, ice is very cold, ice. But if you put fire on ice, if you hit ice, what happens to the ice? It melts. So here, what's my condition? Hit the ice. If I do that to the ice, what is the result? It melts. It becomes water. It melts. So this always happens. This is a general truth. This doesn't change, okay? It doesn't matter what kind of fire you use. You always melt ice if you put fire on it. So in these situations, when you have a general truth, when you're talking about something that will not change no matter what, that's a zero conditional, okay? Another example, if you mix the color blue and the color yellow, what's the result? You get green, okay? So here, it doesn't matter. If I mix blue and yellow, I get green. This is a general truth. This is connected to always. If I mix blue and yellow, I will not have a different result. I'm always going to have the same result. If I mix blue and yellow, I get green. I always get green, no matter what. Only if you mix a different color, that's different. But here I'm talking about a general truth, okay? Oh, teacher breaks are zero conditionals very popular? If you paid attention in my examples, you will realize, you will understand that they are not so common. They happen, but they happen in very specific scenarios, in very specific situations. So this is the kind of conditional that it's important to know, but you are not always, you are not always going to use zero conditionals. But it's important that you identify these conditionals in conversations because you may need it. Okay? Excellent. Moving on. And hey, if you are new in my channel, consider subscribing. Every week I post different lessons from Monday to Friday. And I noticed from my reports on YouTube that more than 50% that watch my lessons are not subscribers. So this is very alarming. Huh. Okay. So consider subscribing every week. I'll be there for you, and so is the alarm gonna be there for us. Anyways, what are we gonna do, right? Moving on, first conditionals. Now that you learned the basic zero conditionals are like the basic, okay, that you need to know. Now we move forward to first conditionals. This is where things get interesting. With first conditionals, you have more conversation opportunities, you have more real contexts, okay? Now, here, what's the difference? When I use first conditionals, I am talking about a real possibility in the future. I'm saying that I have a condition in my present that if I do something, my result is possible in the future. So that's what I do with first conditionals. I also have two clauses. I have the if clause. Remember, the if clause is the condition. What needs to happen today to give me the second clause, the result clause, the possible result clause? So what I need to do today to have a result in the future. Now, with the first conditionals, your phrases will be present and future. So one phrase will be in the present, in the simple present, and your second sentence will be in the future. Okay? In more advanced grammar, you will see that there are some moments when we have future conditionals, or we have present continuous. There is a lot of information, guys. I'm telling you the bread and butter, what you really need to know to communicate efficiently, okay? Now, as I said, you have two clauses. The condition is in the present. What do you need to do today? And the result, the clause number 2, is the result clause. This result clause will be in the future, most of the time with will, okay? So two clauses, one in the present with if, and the second clause in the future, no if. The result is future, no if, okay? As I said, we can invert the positions. So here, let's take a look at an example. What is my condition? My condition in the present. What do I need to do? If I study hard, what's my condition? Study hard. I need to study hard. So if I study hard in the present, what is going to happen to my future? What will happen? I will learn English. Okay, so if I study hard, I will learn English. I will learn to speak English. So to have the future result of speaking English, I have a condition. I have something that I need to do now in my present. What is that? Study hard. So if I study hard, I will learn English. I can invert the position of the phrases. I can start with my result. I will learn to speak English if I study hard. Okay, so it's possible to play with the position. You can start with the result and then speak the condition, or you can start with the condition and then go to the result. You can do that, no problems. Okay, now as I said, this type of conditional always has a present condition and a future result. Okay, so one phrase is in the present, one phrase is in the future, and the result is always in the future because we are talking about a real possibility. Another example, if I spend less time on Netflix, what will happen? A real possibility. I will have more time to study English. Now I can invert and I can say my result first. Oh, I will have more time to study English if I spend less time on Netflix. This is something that I am speculating about my future. It's a real possibility. It's something that if I do, it will happen. Okay? Guys, if you have questions, you can post them in the chat and in the comments. As this is a lesson that is supposed to be no more than 20 minutes, I will take a look at the chat replay, I will take a look at the comments, and depending on your questions, in the next conditional video, I can create a section just to answer the questions about conditionals, okay? Excellent, my friends. Now I have homework for you. I want you to create 2 examples. One using zero conditional, and the second example using first conditional. Remember, especially with the first conditional, try to connect this with something that is real for you, okay? If I eat healthy food, I will have more energy. That's why I eat healthy food. I already eat healthy food. This is not a possibility for me, it's a fact. But try to connect to something that is going to happen in your life, to something that you're planning, to something you want to do, to a result that you're looking for. That's the kind of example that I want you to post in the comments. Something connected to your life, okay? Other than that, my friends, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow with another lesson. And hey, one more thing. If you enjoyed this video, help spread the love. Share this video with your friends because there are many people who need to learn more about zero and first conditionals. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.